We're going to be talking about the hits and the misses on the market here, and trust me, after a ban list hits, we always see the market go topsy-turvy, but this is getting a wee little bit ridiculous. Make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button so you guys don't miss out on more awesome content. So what's going on here with certain things within the market? This is going to just be kind of talking about all sorts of different things we've been seeing here. I guess the first big one I want to bring up is like the whole wind-up kitten thing. Now, I understand the wind-up kitten being a level 2 is fantastic. Provides some awesome spot removal, provides Sprite with really some extra tools for them to kind of take off and do what they want to do in terms of being a deck. But my problem here is it's still wind-up kitten at the end of the day. People are like surprise-faced out here that, yeah, this showed up, made a couple of tops, and, you know, it's still getting bought out through this period. It's what happens when a card sees interaction points out here in the meta. Like, that's just how it works. So I'm not surprised about this, but it's very interesting to me that people are just really shocked overall that there's a big change with this. Next one is got to be the DP Starlights. Oh, why would DP Starlight not go up in price? Fusion Destiny just moved to 3. Hero players have some of the deepest pockets in the game, man. Like, I'm sorry to tell you that, but have you seen how much Dark Laws are? All right. I am not surprised to see that DP, like, actually, like, the Fusion Destinies, for all rarities, shot up, obviously. They're maintaining because hasn't been any events, but the thing is, like, the engine's still splashable. Until people figure out, you know, is this good? Like, do we include this in X deck? You know, you're playing a lot of bricks there. But once again, the hype train shoves this back. You get a generic engine back into the game. I really... Will it stand a test? I think the Starlight might maintain some higher course, but I think everything will fall eventually in the DP package. All right, so that one's been interesting. Spellbook of Judgment. Now, this is a good one. Spellbook of Judgment did not hold very high past day one. I saw that they went back down to, what, the $12 mark? $10, depending on the copy you want. Now, obviously, higher rarity spellbook stuff has been to the roof for how long at this point in time? You shouldn't be surprised to... It actually amazed me that people are like, oh my god, like, Spellbook of Secrets are how much? They've been that much for a very long time, alright? Like, I assure you, like, the last 4 to 5 years, spellbook stuff has been through the roof. So you get Spellbook of Judgment back, guess what? People are going to surprise Pikachu face at the market just even harder. I really don't understand why that particular part has shocked people. I don't know. I felt like that was a very common thing that, you know, like Mermail cards and higher rarity, the spellbook of stuff shot up relatively hard. But, I mean, I guess, man, like, people really are being shocked out here. Now, the immediate value within the adventure package hasn't really shifted too much. I actually am very happy about this. The adventure package as a whole, I know people don't like Griffin Rider as a card. Perfectly understandable. Alright, I also understand at the end of the day that, you know, splashable engines, much like Mystic Mine out here, have people a little bit upset. But I think the hate for the adventure package has definitely, I guess, calmed down a little bit. Maybe it'll continue to rise a little bit because of splashability. I could be wrong. We'll wait and see where that one goes. But just to be honest with you, like, it's still here. The ban list shifted on over the landscape for this, and I think it might take the adventure package a little bit to come back, you know, outside of Sprite. But I guess we'll have to wait and see. Like, this whole market right now has just been crazy to me. Like, the fact that, this one's a good one. Paralenio. Now, I don't understand why people are shocked about this one. They're like, oh my god, the Tier Elements field spell has gone up to prices that it shouldn't be. Well, it's the best deck in the room right now, man. Like, what do you expect when you have a ban list that comes through and takes something to unparalleled heights? Yeah, pun intended there. I don't know what the shock is about this. It's... Once again, players they had Sprite, they looked at Sprite, they're like, I don't want to play with you anymore. They got rid of it. They knew these Shizu cards are coming. People are getting ahead of the curve here. And that's the big thing that always, like, shocks me is People look at like the market right now and they're just so confused why certain cards are the way they are. Like, I really don't understand it. All right. Next up is the Totally Awesome Man. I'm actually happy to see that Toad has calmed down in price. This was a good thing. Honestly, going after Ronin Toadin, pushing down Toad's price, is very good. They're what, under like $20 now for the most part? Oh, yeah. You can still run Dupe Frog in the deck. There's nothing that says you can't. All right, you get the ability to special the Dupe Frog off of the Totally Awesome. It's what, like a very splashable package that you can include into the deck, and it doesn't hurt whatsoever. Like, that seems like free value to me at the end of the day. But in terms of like deck building and overall like key niche interactions, once again, like, it's cheap and affordable. You dodge the Toad ban to keep things going. All right, like, that seems relatively good to me. The overall discourse of this one, let's talk about Hulky Vibrex here for a second. People are actually upset that Hulk got destroyed on the list. Now, of course, I saw a lot of people with a lot of alties and a lot of ultras, and I mean a lot. I saw stacks and stacks of these people. Like, I invested in these. I was like, I don't know why, from like a business standpoint, that you decided to invest in Hulk of all things. Like, that just doesn't seem like a very good idea. Now that a ban list came through, I guess if you're picking them up post list to keep for maybe a rainy day where it comes back, maybe. There will always be people out there that'll collect cards. I mean, look at Substitutes return back to the game. All right, you've seen so many of those get relisted. But as you just kind of take a look within like the sphere of things here, how in the long-term investment was bad, especially when they hit that $40 mark. I'm still surprised to see that people were upset about that. Cyberjar. Anybody surprised about this one? No. Is Cyberjar going to have any real play in the format? No. Did people pick up the ulti because nostalgia factor? Maybe, like, I guess the want to play empty jar. I mean, it's one more jar that you can have back in the deck. We now have more mechanics in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! To set cards, but I feel like this was entirely a buyout just to have the higher rarities. I guarantee you, much over time, that these will probably push back down, but you gotta love, these buyouts that are fueled strictly by emotion, per se. But I mean, the entire Yu-Gi-Oh! Community on TCG Player, every time something happens in the slightest, they go, and then they just go in, pick up as much as they can of whatever it is. Like, the card market definitely just looks at our prices and laughs at us. I guess we should also talk about Substitutes, since I mentioned it here. The amount of Substitutes that came back on the market, very, very nice. I remember there was a point where I think there was only like 10 Substitutes on the market, maybe less. Now that the card came back, you got 100+ listings I saw the other day for this. This is good. Once again, those ban list hoarders, all the Hulks will start disappearing now. Now you'll see all the Substitutes come back into the market. People want to cash in on those overall investments, all right? And investing in Yu-Gi-Oh! I know a lot of people in the comment section are like, no, that's bad. I mean, a lot of people will play their penny stonk game. You would be surprised. Just because it doesn't work for you doesn't mean it's not going to work for every single other person in the room. But once again, that was a good thing. That card coming back definitely restarted the market that was going around that card. So, very good job to Konami. You at least got some repopulation. A reprint would massively help at this point, but for some reason, it's okay. And then I guess, like, the last thing I'll mention here is Darkwing Blast. Darkwing Blast, I know the format looks like hot doo-doo right now. Mystic Maya and everything running around, but you have the Beast stuff coming out. You have Fenrir. You got a lot of game-changing stuff coming on here, and the community's just kind of dancing around it. It's not really a topic it's, like, talked a lot about as of yet, which I feel like it should be, but we're just going to continue to dance around how things are going right now. I'm very curious to see potential updates here in the near future with the market, but I mean, the myths and the breaking of things so far, everything's within what I've expected so far. I'm not genuinely shocked, but some people are. So, what do you guys think? Please, so comment down below, and I see you face back to you later in the day, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.